Hi, I'm Viking Steve. I am Ragnar. I'm not really. I haven't got the muscles to be him. Hi, I'm Steve from 123.3D. Today we are making an axe. Chris, in his infinite wisdom, challenged me yet again. He has upped the ante this time, and I have stepped into uncharted territory, vapor smoothing. This is something that we've spoken about in the past. 2 days ago, I tried said vapor smoothing. I'd done a lot of research prior. I'd watched other videos on YouTube and tried their suggestions and their techniques with zero results. Needless to say, we did find a way to make it work.
Life finds a way.
So we created a vapor smoothing chamber with a 30-litre plastic polypropylene box. Typically most boxes of that size are polypropylene. The reason I chose that particular material because I believed that it wouldn't react adversely to acetone vapor or acetone. I proceeded to check said container's lid with some acetone to make sure it didn't dissolve the material, and it didn't. So we were good to go. I then made a really crude little tray out of a 5-litre IPA empty container, cut the bottom off to make it about 1 inch tall. I then put about 20 mils of acetone in the tray. I had the tray set on some trestles over an oil-filled radiator, basically to heat the bottom of the acetone container, causing vapor. We did try it without any heat and we didn't create vapor. Or we didn't create vapor quick enough, should I say. So we then placed our item, in this case our axe, into the chamber, and I left it in there for around about 2 hours. The results are promising. We could probably improve on it further with some more time and experimentation and whatever else, but for the purposes of this video, the results are more than adequate. So we have got some before vapor smoothings and after vapor smoothings, and you can noticeably tell from the actual axe head itself that the print lines have very much dispersed, disappeared, made them very hard to see, which alleviates sanding. The only part we have sanded is literally this part because we printed it in that orientation. We needed to support it, so I have run the sander only over that edge, nothing else. Everything else is as off the printer and vapor smooth. And as you can see from this one, we've got very pronounced layer lines, obviously because we did print it in that orientation. The handle was printed in sections all stood upright, but even the handle, again, layer lines, you can see they've pretty much faded away. So overall, very happy with the results for a first time try.
Sorry to interrupt, I'm Steve from the future. Just to let you guys know, we do have a website to fulfill all of your 3D printing needs. So if you haven't done so already, please do check out the link in the description where you can have a browse across our whole product range. And if you're outside the UK, please don't forget to check out our sister stores. We have these based in the Netherlands, in Ireland, and also in Sweden. Back to the video.
Another critical point, you don't want the part sat on the floor in your chamber. You do need to suspend it. The higher up in the chamber you can suspend it, the more vapor it will attract, or more vapor will cover it. The axe we printed was printed in own brand ABS because vapor smoothing requires ABS. So we will leave links to the filament we used in the description also. What I did find is the vapor does rise. It doesn't really sit very heavily. So the bottom portion of the container is going to be very low vapor content. It does rise to the top, so obviously then it starts to fill, and we noticed it reached the point where the vapor was actually then running down the inside wall of the chamber, which was a promising sign. And as I say, the results that it yielded were satisfactory. Anything that alleviates the need for sanding is an absolute bonus. You could probably also do the same thing by giving it a quick rough sand first and then vapor smoothing it, which might give you an even better result. So we may revisit with a different project and try a different strategy and report the findings of that in another video. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe and share, just so you don't miss out on any future content that we will release along these lines. Right, let's get set up and crack on.
Cue the music.
I went over all the high points with the Celtic patterning and put some gold, 2 coats of gold on them, little leather grip, filled in the stitching in the grip with some black just to give it a bit of contrast, and then pretty much went over the whole thing and gave it a bit of weathering with some dry brushing, so black and brown just to give it a bit of a dirtier, worn look. But overall, for a quick little paint job, it isn't bad. Really, the purpose of the video was to show that with not a lot of prep, you can achieve quite a decent result. And as I say, we've had limited time to actually do this, so if you spent a little bit longer, you would absolutely be able to achieve top class results with the vapor smoothing method. Like I said earlier on in the video, if you wanted to knock it off what you could with a sander first before vapor smoothing, that would probably be my recommendation, just to try and flatten out any of them layer lines prior to going into the smoothing process. The more you can smooth before vapor smoothing, I think the better finish you would achieve overall. You can print this on any machine that's basically enclosed or you have an enclosure for. There's nothing really hard and fast about printing this model out, so it's an ideal project for beginners, cosplay, whatever else. The other caveats to this are absolutely an ideal process for helmets, because a lot of helmets have quite a lot of intricate detail, and we all know that sanding helmets down is an absolute pain, especially if you have printed your helmet out in PLA. More fool you if you do, because first-hand experience, even with a random orbital sander, PLA is a nightmare to sand. Definitely consider printing your cosplay stuff out in ABS if you can, because the process is easier. Even if you don't want to vapor smooth and just sand, ABS sands a lot better than PLA. So yeah, bear that in mind. That being said, I will double back, because I think it's quite important to mention that if you are going to be vapor smoothing anything, I would not suggest vapor smoothing a print that you've only printed 1 or 2 walls on. You may end up with a wholly print. So you typically want to print around 4 walls to give you a decent amount of material to sand and smooth. You don't want to be sanding through your overall perimeters and whatever else, because that'll give you a bad time. Then crack open the filler, 3D pen. You don't want to go down that route. So definitely, if you are going to embark on vapor smoothing, do 4 walls. I would suggest 4 top layers, 4 bottom layers. That should be adequate enough. Infill, 20% is probably more than enough. More than enough. But that is my overall overview of said axe. We will leave a link in the description to the axe so you can download it and print it for yourself. We'll also list the materials that we've also used in the video, i.e. the filament. We do have a range of paints online on the website as well. We will link to that in the description. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video and you found it useful and informative. Please do drop comments in the box if you have any questions, because I will be very keen to read them. And if you enjoyed this kind of content, please let us know, because we will look at producing more. Anyway, that is it from me. I have rambled far too long. I'm off. I will see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.